And here I am pregnant. What am I gonna do in jail?
You're gonna get fired. That's fine.
After seeing the thumbnail, you must have got an idea about this video. We're always thankful to the cops for catching criminals, but see these cops who detained some innocent woman. What happened next? Watch this video to the end to know more.
What are you detaining us for?
A mother was detained and arrested after ticket inspectors thought she hadn't paid her bus fare.
What the hell?
Her toddler could be heard sobbing in the background of the video as it showed her being restrained by 2 male police officers during the incident in Croydon on July the 21st, 2023.
Hold on. Why are you arresting her? Why are you arresting her? Why are you arresting her? Let me just stay in your car. What is going on? Boss, why are they arresting her?
She allegedly continued to try and walk away from inspectors, a community support officer, and constables while refusing to show them her ticket.
Is that her son? What the f? Can you tell me what she's done, please? No. Why not? That's not. It's my sister. It's my sister. What's she done? Over a bus pass.
When it was determined that she had legally paid, Assistant Commissioner Matt Twist claimed she was promptly released and the cuffs were taken off. He said that a police community support officer comforted the child at all times. They also expressed sorry for what effects it may have had.
I know that my sister is being manipulated and manhandled by 2 men. That's what I can see. No need for that. Huh?
Because she hasn't supplied her ticket.
Fair evasion on a bus. That's what this is over. Really? Wow.
I saw just another black person being abused by the police. You know, we all know what happened during lockdown. I'm not going to say his name, but we all know what happened. We've seen it time and time and time again, but this time it was a sister.
The Independent Office for Police Conduct was referred to by the Metropolitan Police, despite the fact that the police force didn't believe that any officers had behaved illegally. They acknowledged receiving a complaint of racial profiling and stated that it was reviewing the video. One of the officers is also accused of verbally abusing the black woman. We have decided an independent investigation is required to establish the full circumstances, including the actions and decisions made by the MPS officers, said IOPC Director Steve Noonan. Now, we have to listen to the witness. Who could that be? Of course, the bus driver himself. When requested to display her ticket, the woman allegedly became hostile, according to Joe, a bus worker. He said that the inspector had asked for her ticket in a peaceful manner, and it was the lady who became rude during this time, and she began verbally attacking the police when they requested her to show them the pass. The situation could have been resolved if she had just displayed the pass and left. That was the witness's opinion. Was he trying to support the cops?
And here I am pregnant. What am I gonna do in jail?
Another incident of the same nature is here. A Detroit woman was improperly arrested by the police. Let's go into further details. The woman said that she was wrongfully detained and charged with carjacking based on face recognition technology. The most sensitive thing is that she was 8 months pregnant. Portia Woodruff, who is 32 years old, claimed that when 6 Detroit police officers arrived at her residence and arrested her, she was preparing her 2 children for school.
It scares me, honestly, to have any type of interaction with the police.
The arrest, according to Detroit Police Chief James White, was an oversight. An additional investigation could have been conducted before any arrests were made. White claimed that the image itself was insufficient to make an arrest and that additional police work was required.
And I have looked at those photos myself, and very clearly they look alike, and that's why the work starts. It doesn't stop, it starts.
After the incident, a professional standards investigation was conducted on the investigator in this case, and White claimed to have implemented new rules. This image, which was created using facial recognition, must always undergo double peer review.
Why? I don't have to give you my ID because I haven't done anything.
It's time for the next wrongful arrest made by the police.
You're being really too excessive right about now. You're being real excessive right now.
Tell me what I'm detained for.
Asile Logavel, a Nevada mother, was driving her 2 daughters to California for college when the incident occurred in September 2023.
Hi. How are you?
Hi.
You guys
guys doing here?
Waiting to go to Starbucks in a second. Why? Is there a problem?
Well, actually, let me tell you why I'm here, okay? I've been having auto break-ins in this parking lot every morning around this time.
Thank you very much.
So I've been driving around here, okay?
According to court records, the mother and her daughters stopped to rest in Castro Valley, California, when they were approached by Alameda County Sheriff's deputies. In a complaint against Alameda County, the Lagervelds said that 2 officers asked for their identification after telling the women that they were looking for suspects in a recent string of auto thefts.
Okay, you have your ID on you?
Yeah. Okay, so wait a minute. Now, why are you asking for my ID? You just explained to me about the break-in.
Right.
But why did you explain to me about my ID? What's that about? What did I do? What kind of crime did I commit?
What kind of crime did you commit?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
You haven't...
asked you for my ID.
Yeah, you have to give me your ID.
Why do I have to give you my ID?
The lawsuit said that after refusing to produce her ID, Lagerveld and her girls were forcefully detained and handcuffed after exiting her car. Was that the right thing to do? What do you think?
We're being harassed for nothing.
It's not harassment.
Yes, it is harassment. Yes, it is.
No, we're not doing that. Okay, everyone in this car is detained. You can go back in the car and wait, or you can go in handcuffs and go in my car.
Oh no, you're not going to do that. You're not going to violate and victimize us. We have not done anything.
Let's start the car. Get out of the car.
No, I'm not.
Get out of the car.
I'm rolling the window down.
Get out of the car.
No, I'm rolling the window down.
Get out of the car.
I'm rolling the window down.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
No, I'm not.
Get out of the car.
Anything. I'll get out. Just don't pull on me. I'll get out.
All right, get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Get somebody here.
According to court documents, deputies detained the woman when the mother attempted to walk towards a neighboring Starbucks to use the restroom. According to their lawsuit, Lagerveld sustained abrasions on their arms and wrists as a result of their actions. The deputies involved in the incident, Steve Holland and Monica Pope, both of whom are white, were accused of stopping Lagervelds.
Put your hands behind your back or you're going to jail. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. You're going to jail.
You're going to get fired.
That's fine.
You're going to get fired. Watch.
That's fine.
We got a lawsuit.
Here, the case mentioned the racist views of the officers because the Lagervelds were black. Eventually, the 2 were charged of assault, battery, making a false arrest, and violating their constitutional rights, among other things in the complaint. The jury unanimously tossed out Holland and Pope's claim, describing their actions as illegal. The final rulings state that Pope and the county must separately pay $750,000 to each daughter, while Holland and Alameda County must jointly pay $2.75 million to the mother and $2 million to each daughter.
Because you're not. What did I do to be arrested? What led up to this? Can you answer that honestly? You cannot. You won't let me. You won't shut up.
Alameda County Sheriff Yesenia Sanchez, the community's trust in my agency is foundational to my mission of maintaining a positive relationship with those we serve. One of the Lagervelds' lawyers, Craig Peters, claimed that the reason his clients were awarded that sum in part was because California's Bain Act permits juries to triple the amount of damages in situations where there's been a breach of the person's constitutional rights.
They can ask. They can always ask, but you don't have to give it to them, and they can only demand it if they have reasonable suspicion to believe that you've committed a crime.
Cops have a lot of power. Sometimes that's a good thing, and in some cases that we've seen all too often recently, it's a bad thing, said Craig Peters. I got to have protection because I don't know where this is about to go, Lagerveld gave her statement. Additionally, the incident was improper, according to their attorneys, because a later police investigation revealed that the people involved in the automobile theft were men. Since the event, Holland and Pope have received promotions within the sheriff's office, according to Peters. That is all about the Lagervelds incident.
What are you detaining us for? Now you're searching through our items without permission.
You might be wondering why the list is not ending. Well, even a whole video might not cover similar unlawful arrests that happened in different parts. A Huskisson local and member of the Huskisson Heritage Association, Joan Warren has fought since 2018 for the historic Old Huskian Anglican Church to be listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Miss Warren claimed that in April 2020, while strolling with her dog by the well-known location, she heard the disturbance and decided to look into it. You can hear the whole story from the victim herself. I ended up being assaulted while trying to protect one of our other community members from being pushed by the police officer, so I was thrown to the ground and arrested. Miss Warren asserts that she thought the policeman was unaware that the Juringa Local Aboriginal Land Council owned the portion of the grounds where she was standing. The officer led her and another member of the community out to wait in the back of the wagon for roughly 40 minutes before they were let go. Miss Warren sought help from the Redfern Legal Centre in Sydney, and the complaint was made against the police. Senior attorney Samantha Lee remarked, "I don't even know if I would call it a protest." Joanne was contacted by a police officer while she and her tiny pet were only walking through the bush with a very small group of people. It was a Sunday morning, fairly calm, and regrettably, things became worse when the police showed around. Police, according to Miss Lee, went too far. No action of violence was called for by the police officer, she claimed, and the entire incident was only based on the possibility of a small trespassing crime. The incident was verified in a statement from New South Wales Police, but little was said about the officer's current situation. The NSW police force recently settled a civil claim by way of a judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $60,000, which includes damages and legal fees, the statement read. It's so sad how the government has to pay compensation for the negligence and ego these police officers show. A friend and fellow Huskisson resident said that he was also physically assaulted by police on March 26, 2020 at the same location. He claimed that while being arrested, officers threw him to the ground, further injuring an already shattered shoulder. I asked them, could you please call an ambulance because I'm in so much pain, but they just ignored me. Later, he got compensated for his losses. Comment down your thoughts after watching this video, and support us by giving a thumbs up. See you soon, goodbye.